Hey guys everyone, my name is White Wolf, and it's time for the big long video I promised you last time. Now I don't know how long this will be, but this is just a small warning to you all. There are no spoilers for the current story, so if you're watching this on Skimsy, do not worry. I'm mostly going over everything, so do keep that in mind that this is not a fully finished story. It is currently on Season 2, Part 6, so it's not fully finished. I'm just going to summarize everything here in this video. Keep in mind this is also for a series that I don't show on YouTube, so if you are a YouTube fan you won't really find it. It's called #Liliacs or #LiliacsFinished. #LiliacFinished has more of a finished product and you can find just the story there. But if you want to know more about the characters from Season 1, #Liliacs is where you go. Alright, well then, how about we begin with the #Liliacs story. Exactly at the minute count. Yeah! So, it starts a very long time ago, where there was a big war between angels, humans, let's see, it was against angels, humans, and elves. Yes, elves. I had to remember what the last one was. And a couple of, dark angels and light demons, stuff like that. And hybrids, lots of hybrids. Against the vampires and devils, plus hybrids and all that kind of stuff I mentioned earlier. But the unwilling victim in it all was the werewolves. The werewolves were classified as a dark class, meaning they could not be part of the Light's team. And the Light decided they wanted to start the war by murdering and killing off all of the werewolves. Well, almost all of them. They attacked the Citadel, which made the werewolf queen, vampire queen and the demon king very, very, very understandably pissed off. My God, were they angry. They didn't decide to fight during the war, except they needed to find werewolf survivors first. Which is where we move on to the main plot of the Backflash, before our main character gets introduced. A small unit of mostly human compatriots and a vampire spy makes their way into the werewolf priestess temple, where they discover the werewolf priestess is knocked out and being controlled by these statues, keeping her out, to keep her out of the war. Now, nobody knows why they were there or what they were doing, but they stopped it and brought the girl back. When she awoke, she was at first terrified, and they nearly got her calmed when someone tried to attack them to free her. They killed her right in front of him and made boom. Her inner demon awakened, and by that I mean the purple dragon, which is one of the gods that the werewolf worship. This god, however, can take over the priestess body. Every single race has a god like this that can take over the priestess body. And that's where the cutscene ends. Basically, they all got brutally massacred. Then we move back into the future, where the dark side actually won. The werewolves that were left were protected by the guild system, meaning it didn't matter if you were part of that guild or not. If you were inside of a guild hall, you were safe. But somehow our guildless protagonist, Werewolf-chan, was perfectly fine. Let's see how that happened, shall we? A random, dark, shadowy figure, we have many of those in our spare bucket of protagonists and character-chans, drop off a little baby werewolf at a vampire's house. Time skip to 15 years later. This little baby werewolf is now a grown werewolf with purple hair. You guessed it. And she's now a rogue. At first, she was at first known as the Rogue, who was basically not part of a guild, completely rogue, hence the name Rogue. She then got invited to join into a guild. And it's pretty okay. She fought in a war to get rid of a guild killer. To get rid of a guild of guild killers. Trust me, it's a lot easier to say than it sounds. She pretty much single-handedly found a strategy to murder all of them. Yeah. She's very good at strategy. And this shows up multiple times, by the way. One even more recent. Anyway, as I was saying, so she single-handedly gets rid of the guild, and then she gets in, guild killers. The guild of guild killers. Ugh. I'm just gonna call them the killers. Alright, there we go. So she gets rid of the killers, and now every guild wants her on their team. She ends up joining a lot of the other guilds out of peer pressure, and yes, this happens quite often, and quitting them almost immediately. Her secretary, aka her best friend, convinces her to test them out, see what they're like. And the very last one on the list, I know, pretty mundane, is the Phoenix Guild. Everyone is super happy and joyful all the time, and it's just a pretty nice atmosphere. She talks to the guild leader, gets some perks, things like that. And she actually joins up with them and stays. A horrible accident then appears, and then we have another time skip. Now she's no longer in a guild, and she finds out about a little inside war going on between the Rosemary Guild. When she gets there, she discovers that the war is between themselves. There's a rebel side, and then there's a traditional side. The rebels are fighting for a new guild, while the traditionalists are trying to stay perfectly clear to what they already had. So, she, obviously being the great protagonist that she is, looks up everything that she can about the guilds to know every single one of their freaking strategies and completely crush them. Her ears get revealed as a dark black, beautiful, mysterious color with a dark black tail by some idiot pulling off her hood and then facing the wrath of her confu. Let's just say that idiot did not survive the war. And it didn't even start yet. She then comes up with an epically brilliant plan to completely and utterly crush the other side. This is a paintball trick, by the way. Basically, if you got painted, you were out. Yeah, I know. I didn't exactly mention that fact in my stories either. Just wait until they find out. They're gonna be so fucking pissed. And that's how the war ends. I don't really do well at planning out action scenes, and that's as far as I've gotten. I know, it went by pretty quickly. But it's just a small mini-series that I happen to love. And don't you dare worry, I'll be building up more of the lore. If you guys want to actually go and read it, it is on Nilla_crew, no capitals, on Skinseed. Go check me out on there. Send me a like, send me a comment, so whatever you please. And I do plan on actually, talking more about these kind of series on my Skinseed on my YouTube channel more. And I also have a new series going up there. There's only 2 sections so far. It's Vampire Coven, and it's basically a love story it's basically a lesbian story. It's basically a lesbian love story between a mermaid and a vampire, and it's very cute and adorable, and I already love it. But yeah, we're about to hit 10 minutes up here, so I think that's about all for today. If you guys want to know more and maybe see some pictures, I will definitely try that out if you want. This is White Wolf howling